Squash XL Pro is an elite team that work hard to train, play and run squash events on our journey to climb the world rankings. Like, subscribe, comment, pick up some of our merch on Teespring.
We're underway now with the men's final. We had a very exciting women's final, which was won by Abby Palmer, her 8th Northland Open title, defeating Shelley Kitchen in 5 from 2 sets to love down. And now these two brothers at it again, once again. 3rd time in PSA Challenger finals or PSA Challenger tournaments this year. Firstly in the Morrisville Open final, and that was a win there to LWAMBA CHILESHE. And then in the semi-finals of the Waikato Open, a win to TEMWA CHILESHE. So 1-1 when it comes to PSAs. There's been a couple of satellites as well, but we're just going to count challenges at the moment. And Riley Jack Vetter-Blomqvist, where are you putting your money on this final?
Oh, I don't know.
That's a tough one, isn't
it? That's a very big call, yeah.
There's your first question. Yeah, pick a winner.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. Just very interesting to see who pulls through. Like, both very, very, very strong players. So I think it's, you have to wait for the first set to see. I think. Come out.
Oh, you're hedging your bets. I mean, the thing is with these two is that sometimes brothers, it's not the same result. And one player may beat everybody else, but when it comes to brother, sort of thing, it just
family challenge.
Yeah, it shouldn't matter, but it probably does. Yeah. You don't have any brothers or sisters playing, do you?
I got one younger sister who won her final today, so I think she's pretty happy with that.
Oh. And you saw a bit of the women's final. I mean, nice little comeback there from Abby Palmer.
Yeah, it's an awesome comeback, especially being 2 love down.
Yeah.
To dig in and.
Well, she was also had, I think it was Shelley Kitchen was up by 3 points in the 3rd.
Yeah, it's good.
So nice. I mean, that's the thing with Abby. I mean, you know Abby pretty well. That's just her.
Yeah, and she played. Yeah, especially coming off Cousin Shield last week, she played awesome down there as well. So that's another good win to back it up. Yeah.
And for you playing Cousins last week, North Shore Club, Sean Wigan, how did you guys go?
Yeah, we didn't do too bad. We didn't make our seeding, but it was a great weekend overall. My first cousin, so it was
really?
a good way to start it off. Yeah.
Oh, of course, well, unfortunately, clubs here in Northland haven't really had the depth to go into cousins, have they?
Yeah, we've never had a team properly make a team, so
I've got another.
In the coming years, but yeah, North Shore is definitely looking good.
Yeah, oh, that's good. Well, a long rally in that one. And 3 love to the older brother. Any particular, what's the difference in styles between these two guys, do you think? Is there anything that sort of stands out? One brother plays one way and the other plays another way?
Temwa, he takes the space really nicely.
Right.
Uses that and then just hits that good dying length once he gets the open space. And, yeah, you've seen a lot of them play, but yeah.
Because it seems to me that LWAMBA has every shot in the book, sometimes too many shots, whereas Temwa maybe doesn't have the same shot selection, but he plays a more efficient game.
Yeah, they both attack really, really nicely. It's just finding the good balance between the shots and attacking at the right time.
And I guess the biggest thing for both of them is Evan Williams. For any male player in New Zealand at the moment. Have you played Evan in any of the PSA tournaments? I'm just trying to think.
No, never played Evan before.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh. There's a couple of errors coming into TEMWA CHILESHE. Hit one into the tin, and that sort of mixed boast there that didn't come out. So, yeah, every now and then he does that, doesn't he? Two to 3 unforced errors in a set, which you can't really afford to do, like against someone like Evan.
Especially at this level as well. Any little mistakes has been chopped up and used.
Nice. Good little lift. Oh. Well, good lift, which came off really well. Probably not quite the intention, but do you find if you put something back so deep like that, and you do hit that, I mean, if you hit the join, you've pretty much won the point, haven't you?
Yeah. Sneaky little shot that pops in every now and then. Nothing you can do about it.
Yeah. Oh.
Hey, another one.
Gee, he's getting all the luck going his way, isn't he, at the moment? And you know, that's the thing, though. You got to take it, because the likelihood is with these two, it doesn't end in straight sets.
Definitely not. We all got to settle in and wait.
And that's a big lead right now. He's had a couple of shots go his way with the bouncers, an error, and gee. What about for you? I mean, I noticed with Abby, I mean, always off the serve, she's hitting winners.
Yep.
And then we have a winner there off the serve. But is that a mental thing to just say go for it on the serve, or would you rather play yourself in?
Yeah, sometimes you just get to a point where you just like, you got to go for it to keep it exciting. Even just for yourself. Sometimes it's a bit of a boost, especially if you hit it, but then if you make a mistake, you have to...
There's the mentality of, do I go forward and take a serve on the volley, or do I go back and sort of work? That's the style of play, isn't it?
Yeah, depends on the pace of the game, if we wanted to slow it down or speed it up.
Oh, gee, took that pace off that one very nicely.
That's a good shot.
And, no buy. No buy, no let. See, I'm thinking cricket at the moment. I was watching the cricket.
Can't really see you.
So, I'm thinking about cricket. Obviously, the Black Caps are about to win tomorrow morning, so that's good news. The buys. The very loud tin, we've seen a couple of those now, so really the difference almost is a couple of lucky shots and a couple of tins.
Yeah.
And one back. So both players, really no one's taken the game by the scruff of the neck just yet.
Still very close, early stage.
You're saying we're in for a 5-setter? You are now. You're getting that way, aren't you?
I've got about 5.
To me, the style of LWAMBA is to try and speed things up a little bit.
Yeah.
Whereas TEMWA would probably be happier if it slowed down a little bit. Do you think that's fair?
Yeah, Louis is going for it.
Oh, shooting.
Gee, that's great from the middle of the court.
Yeah. Got to take them.
That's the kind of shot you want to hit from the middle of the court and just bang.
Yeah, just put it away.
I expect to see that from you in Wellington in a couple of weeks. Nice the post, and good play. I think, shouldn't have been an issue there. Do you know your draw for the NZ champs?
Nationals? No, I'm not hitting.
No, you don't really look that far.
I'm not playing that tournament.
Yeah.
Off on a fishing trip.
Right, yeah. Yeah, see who you play. So the game ball now for LWAMBA CHILESHE. These players love to play off corners of the court.
Yeah, you have to, it just gets put away.
Change of pace in the rally. See who's going to speed it up. There you go. Oh, yeah, gee. What are you going to call that? The no look or just a very assertive cross-court volley?
That good nick coming out again.
Oh, gee. That's another good shot there to finish off. And 11-7 is the first game, LWAMBA CHILESHE against younger brother TEMWA CHILESHE. Back on court now for the second game of this, the men's final. At the Whangarei Squash Club, it's the Northland Open. Defending champion is TEMWA CHILESHE. He's up against big bro, LWAMBA CHILESHE. The first game going to LWAMBA CHILESHE, that was 11-7. And I have Riley Jack Vetter-Blomqvist with me, Northland player. Was your club the Manaya club, is that right? Or?
Yep, playing out of Manaya and Whangarei.
So that's more towards, tell me, where's that located?
Out towards the coast, kind of on the harbour. Yeah.
And then there's this club, the Whangarei Squash Club, and also Kamo, I think, is the other one in Whangarei?
Yep, Kamo's, yeah.
And there's a bit of rivalry between all three clubs, I would expect.
Yeah, a lot of the good juniors coming out of Manaya, pretty much the top juniors in the
And then
country.
Whangarei takes them.
Yeah. Poachers.
Yeah.
But nah, it's good.
Oh, the open court.
It's a good
Gee.
shot.
Yeah, he almost planted himself in the wall. And it's very difficult to actually, I mean, even though I asked you straight away, but it's very difficult to predict winners with these two.
Yeah, and like we saw in Abby's final, it can change.
Yeah. I think part of that may have been a little bit of tiredness coming from Shelley Kitchener.
Yeah.
She's about 20 years older.
Oh,
Look at that. I think also, even though TEMWA was almost in position for that, it was just that it was hit so hard and it was coming so low off the ground. You couldn't do anything, could you?
Yeah, and then that neck just goes flat.
Yeah, another one of those shots that you just love to hit. It just feels so good, doesn't it?
Don't love to receive that.
See, that to me is a key thing, is to really slow down the pace.
Yeah.
Tight to the wall on that one. See, that's one of those shots that LWAMBA loves to hit. He loves that powerful shot, and when it comes off, it's great. But gee, it's a stinker when it doesn't. Oh, nice. There's a bit of tactics, I'm sure. Lob serve. And no height to get underneath it there. So Riley Jack, for you, you've got nothing on this weekend. You're taking a break for a weekend.
Yep.
Because that'll be a first for a lot of players, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been a bit non-stop for the last couple of months, so it's going to be nice just to have a week at home, especially.
Well, Mason Smales was saying to me that his coach Glenn Wilson said, take next weekend off. Just have a break. You played a lot. It's not so much the physical, but he said, for a young guy like him, obviously it's also mental.
Yeah.
And you got the NZ champs, the Oliver Sports NZ champs coming up. And that's obviously the main focus. And you don't want to exhaust yourself. You don't want to exhaust yourself before
Just
then.
got to find that balance, rest and play. And make sure you're enjoying it still.
Yeah, I think there's a few players that probably feeling it, including these guys, and because they keep on making it through the semis or finals, they're feeling it quite a bit as well.
Long weekends.
Well, it's been good. I don't think anybody has any complaints. That's been great to have so many tournaments around the country. And it's also a way of making a living and improving your rankings when travel overseas has been so restricted. Good. And a couple of errors creeping in there to LWAMBA CHILESHE. For you, you're the, what do we call you, the national age group or national junior open champion?
Yep.
There's two junior tournaments, isn't there? There's
nationals, junior nationals, and then junior open. Yep.
Right, okay, so you're the New Zealand Junior Open winner. Whereas Elijah Thomas won the Junior Nationals last.
Yep.
Have I got that right? Because it can be a bit confusing sometimes. He won the age group. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're getting there.
These are the age groups. Yeah.
Right. Oh. Okay, so that error just maybe letting LWAMBA back into it a little bit more. Hadn't seen the errors from TEMWA so far in this game. Remembering that it was LWAMBA winning the first 11-7. Slowing down the rally again. And, oh, that's 2 in a row. What would you be saying to yourself if you were out there now as TEMWA CHILESHE after hitting 2 into the can there?
Just attack in a bit of a different way, maybe a tight straight drop. Just tightening it up too low at the moment. Oh, that's a good shot. It's a very good shot.
I mean, because the temptation particularly on a smash kind of shot, is there, isn't it?
It's always there, yeah.
And do you just have to no?
Yeah, you kind of have to hold yourself back and just, it's not the right time yet. But in saying that, sometimes you do have to go for it. And it does feel good when you do hit it.
Yeah. Oh, that's good play. Oh, you could see his brother there. You could see LWAMBA could see TEMWA having to come back a little bit to get into position. So, that was smart watching the opposition. I mean, do you turn around and watch, or do you just play instinctive?
Working on that at the moment, like watching where my opponent is and just trying to hit space a little bit better than I am at the moment. But these guys do it really well. Finding where that gap is and just putting the ball into it.
And the good thing is these two are pretty good to each other on the court. I tell you what, my brother and I had been doing this, it would have been up with a fist fight.
Yeah, it's very, very clean. It's nice. Good to see.
Oh, nice play.
Yeah, it's a good shot.
So he's been hunted down a little bit, TEMWA on this one, but has that 1 point advantage. Had a couple points going for him, and now is coming back a bit. It's been good, Riley Jack, to see so many people here surrounding the courts.
Yeah, definitely, especially Whangarei, being a Northland club, you don't get as many as these big tournaments, so it's good to see all these top players coming up.
Yeah, so, there's a lot of people here watching, very happy, and the fireplace isn't lit yet, but it was yesterday, last night, it was great. So 7-all, it's my favourite point at 7-all because really, if you win to go up 8-7, I wouldn't say you should win, but
you've got a slight advantage.
It's such an important point.
Yeah.
So we'll just see what happened there. And
we can see him,
yeah. So we had LWAMBA sort of ran over. Did he run over his foot and then he seemed to fall a little bit? Not entirely sure. He's coming off the court. Back on court now after that injury break, where it looks as though a bit of a ankle twist. Something similar for TEMWA CHILESHE against older brother LWAMBA CHILESHE. The scores at 7 apiece. The first game score was 11-7. And looks as though he's all set, redoing the laces there. In a little bit of a delay. And Riley Jack, does it make it more difficult or easier when you have to play against someone who you know has got an injury?
Yeah, I guess it definitely depends on the player, but sometimes it can just be in the back of the mind, just Like in you.
Yeah,
Sometimes it can make it harder. The person with the injury can almost not have an advantage, but yeah.
And we can see the warm-ups there of TEMWA CHILESHE, just a bit of backwards and forwards, and seeing if he can put pressure on the ankle.
Looking pretty good.
Yeah. So a couple of shots to warm up. And he's just, there's LWAMBA saying, is that a let? Yeah, I want that point. We've been talking that 7 all is a vital point. Well, you know, he could say, I won that. And help me take this out. I got 7 all, there you go. All right, well, we've been nice to the brothers. Oops. And 7 all after the first game, 11-7. And here we go, back into it. So 8-7. And gets that point in the end. It took a little while, but he gets the point.
10 minute.
Yeah, yeah, 1 rally. Oh, he's in trouble there, LWAMBA, but nicely recovered. No, yeah. And he had to put a little bit of weight on his ankles then, both sides, so it looks as though everything is okay. An orthodox shot. Oh, well, I'm still not sure, Riley Jack, who's going to win this, even any point actually. We could be here for a while, and I think the crowd will be happy, and the club will be quite happy with that as well. And there is a big crowd. I believe there was a big crowd also on Friday night with Finn Trimble played. Yeah, that was a good 5 there as well. We probably could have done a bit more with that one. That's nice. So he just got that off the wall and was able to take the lack of pace off the ball, wasn't he? There was no pace off the wall hardly, and then gave nothing in the shot.
Took space very nice. This is a big point.
Yeah.
See who gets the 10.
Double check his footwork there, LWAMBA. Who's got the most patience in this rally? That'll be key.
Squeeze.
Yeah. That was pretty tight. There wasn't much bounce on that one, was there?
No.
Nothing that he could get. It was close to the wall. Everything working. And the game ball to make it 1-all. Oh. We've just been talking about patience. Now, well, that was a lack of it. A long rally by both of these players. Let's see who can get forward. Good depth. Ow. Riley Jack, I think once they get a bit more depth, it really does help in the rally because both of these players are able to take the ball very well on the full.
Definitely. Yeah, getting the ball past the other person.
It's hard to get past them though.
Yeah, once they get it past, it makes a big difference. And then they're looking for that next shot and obviously that touch shot, that shot afterwards. And setting each other up.
Oh, gee. Yeah, just a little bit too much. Probably could have gone a few more shots. They felt forced into it to try and finish it off. And 11 piece. And I won't ask you who's going to win this game or this set because I don't know. I don't think you know either.
Don't think anyone does.
No.
That's what you want in a final though, not to know who's going to win.
Did he get it? And well, we're just not sure if he picked it up. And we're going to have to play a let. I mean, it's hard to tell.
Yeah, it looks.
You know,
Watching the.
yeah, when you're down on the court, it's so different to what anybody can see from a higher position. And
Definitely.
I wasn't too sure on that either. Got it. Gee, keeps on retrieving, does TEMWA. Yeah, that's good. I think what really won that on that shot was that it came off the side wall a little bit as well as the front, and it
Got a bit loose.
hard to read a little bit, plus it had no pace on it. So it is a game ball for LWAMBA Chileshe to go up by 2 games to love. All right, you probably heard the explanation there, people listening. And the look of hope from both players. Some great retrieving from LWAMBA CHILESHE so far, and not on that one though. So, 12.
Here we go again.
Yeah, I've seen some big scores in the tie-break. In fact, in the Auckland Open, there was several. Maybe there was an 18-16 or something like that. Yeah, yeah. Did you find it good in the Auckland Open, the Barfoot and Thompson Auckland Open, to have the Australians there? Even I don't think you played any, but just to have them around, some variety of players.
Yeah, I played an Aussie first round.
You did? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, knocked me out, but no, it was good. Yeah, it's been 2 or so years before we've actually been able to play some different people, so it was quite nice to have to change the tactics up a little bit.
Shot.
Yeah, and there we go. That's the game point switches around, and back to TEMWA. Yeah, good also to have Damon McMillan here and Northland as well. I think he's quite enjoyed himself, hasn't he?
Such a nice guy as well.
Yeah.
Having a good chat, and it's good.
But that is the thing. I mean, squash is competitive on the court, but there's that social aspect of finding someone new, chatting to them, learning.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, the scampering from LWAMBA CHILESHE, scrapping for every shot. And gets the stroke there and gets the game. We were just waiting for that call, weren't we? Which way is it going to go? So that is a 14-12. We're at 1 apiece now. And we have a co-commentator substitution. Riley Jack Blomqvist has done his time as such. And now we've got Maz Saunders coming in, another Northland player. Maz, you've been playing, you played in which, you played in the second division, Division 1, is that right?
Yeah, men's open.
And how did you go there?
I placed 5th.
Okay, yeah, you're happy with that?
Yeah, I was seeded 5, so it's not a bad draw, I guess.
All right, and what are your thoughts on this match so far?
Yeah, great quality, It's just, your boys just running around, make it look hard, but could go either way from here.
Have you got a winner yet? Riley Jack wouldn't give me a winner. He didn't know. I don't think anybody does.
No one really knows, it's just about, it's a bit of a guess, but I think Temwa's got it.
Oh, yeah. That's the thing. It's when brothers play brothers, anything can happen. I mean, LWAMBA might beat other players that TEMWA can't, but when brothers play brothers,
Definitely. Especially at this level.
yeah. Oh, look at that. The other thing that you probably notice, as much as these players can hit a very hard, powerful ball, it's not essential every time, is it?
No, yeah. You can see when they're under pressure, they just play it nice and high and get it over the player and reset to the middle of the court. It's a really good strength of theirs.
So is that something for a player, a younger guy like yourself, to actually learn from?
Yes,
Because I mean, the temptation is to go out there and bash the heck out of it, isn't it? I mean, it feels good when it comes off.
Good, yeah, this is the right time. It's got to always reset.
Not up there. So there's, I wouldn't say any luck so much. In the first game, we had a little bit of luck going the way of LWAMBA, but
Yes, definitely.
this time he's having to work hard for it. But you just can't feel assured that you've got it, can you?
No, definitely not. Yeah.
Because then suddenly a shot like that.
Bit of momentum.
One thing that was interesting in the women's match, I mean, and she does this all the time, Abby Palmer is able to hit winners off serve. It's high risk, isn't it?
High risk, yeah. High risk, high reward, I guess. But yeah, the men don't seem to go for as much off the serve. I feel that's a bit of a one-off. Abby does it, you know.
So one of the hardest things here, Maz, is for these players to try and get depth on the ball because they're both very good at cutting it off, aren't they?
Very quick. Incredible volleys, really. Like they both hunt that like crazy.
That's good play. And are you at, you're at high school at Whangarei Boys, perhaps?
Yeah, I'm year 12 at Whangarei Boys.
It's quite a strong squash school, or it certainly has been, hasn't it?
Yeah, and it's even stronger this year. Very good Whangarei Squash Academy.
So who's the main coach there?
Well, Max Trimble.
Okay.
So, ex-boy there, so...
Cousin Max, is it?
Yeah. Boys give up no free points.
Yeah. No, not quite. So coming back there, and a nice shot from TEMWA Chileshe. Keeps himself in this, the third, and remembering that the first was 11-7 to LWAMBA, the second was 14-12 to TEMWA. And for you, Maz, you play out of this club as well?
Yeah. So I only play out of this club.
And a few other rivals. What about Freddie Jamison? Is he any good?
Yeah, he actually beat me this tournament. He took me out. So we have good battles. Got the better of me this time.
Well, good to have other players around you rather than just being this sort of singular player coming through, isn't it?
Oh, it's great having a good, strong junior program.
That's good.
It's great for the other juniors.
I guess the only trouble is in Northland is that so many end up having to go to Auckland. I mean, for Riley Jackets for his study. Abby Palmer went years ago. Oh, and letting his younger brother back in is LWAMBA Chileshe. So we're back at 4 apiece. Just a couple of errors creeping in there. What about for you, Maz? Do you have a shot you like hitting more? Forehand, backhand, or is it anything particular?
I love the reverse post.
Oh, okay.
It's always a lovely shot using the wrist, getting the player off guard. It's always fun to do. Can't overdo it though.
Yeah, well, I guess
Quickly bad shot.
it's one of those things. You keep on playing the same shot, people have got to get used to it.
LWAMBA's played it quite a few times this game. It's worked brilliantly.
Shot.
So nice play. I think again it's one of those shots where
It's definitely sibling rivalry.
yeah, just a. And that's the thing, these guys, well, obviously it's your brother, you know each other so well, they know the ref, and there it is, straight from the serve, just what we were talking about.
It's a great reply.
yeah, it really is. It's a hard one to hit though, from the backhand in particular, for most people. I mean, these guys are strong enough.
Yeah, definitely. The forehand one's a lot more easier.
Yeah.
These guys they've drilled that in their training.
Yeah, it's never going to be a straightforward or straight game match with these two, is it?
They're never. We're going to question every call.
Yeah.
They don't trust each other.
I like that one. Yeah, I wouldn't trust any of my siblings. My brother, nah. What about you, Naz? You have family playing here?
Yeah. So my sister took out the men.
That? Okay, I don't think it deserved a stroke on that one anyway. But they'll hope. There's always hope. And to 5-all. Still the big crowd here. Quite enjoying it, I think. I mean, the other thing is, Naz, you've got 126 in the world against 140 in the world. That's pretty good to see, isn't it?
It's great to see up here. You know, you don't get that many good games up here, and this is definitely one of the best ones.
And I think the other aspect about it is that these two, without doubt, will go higher or improve their rankings. In fact, this tournament will actually help, but it'd be nice to see another player in the top 100. We've got Paul Cole at number 4. We've got Evan Williams, 67.
Yeah, I believe as soon as they start going overseas, they'll just shoot up.
He got it? It's all good? So let's just have a look, and it's a bit hard to tell, isn't it, this level, when you're on the court.
It's the hardest job, reffing, I feel. Just watching out, you're quite far away, you can't really tell at some points.
What about yourself? Do you enjoy reffing when it's your turn, when you're playing interclub or anything like that? Because some players hate it.
Yeah, reffing isn't my cup of tea, to be honest, but I'll do it if, especially when you're reffing higher people than you, it's always
Are there some shot? He's got it. He has. Yep, nice play. I mean, are there some people that you just don't like reffing that you know are just going to be, oh no?
Yes, there's always a few of them.
They're the older guys, aren't they?
Definitely. I'll question every call.
So this is the 2-point buffer again. LWAMBA Chileshe had it earlier on. Oh. So I'd assume that you'd know the 4 courts here, that you know every corner very well. There's no little habits that each court plays, that this court plays different to the other ones?
Well, sometimes the court 2, 3, 4 get a bit wet on the walls if it's been around, and then you're like bows, they're just unaffected.
Oh, look at that. Brings it back to 7-all. I mean, Whangarei is quite a humid city anyway. It sort of seems to be that way. Sometimes you're just dripping here.
I think on that Friday it got a bit wet here.
Yeah.
On the courts.
I guess it's different to when you're playing down south as such.
Completely different down there, you know.
Man, big next on this court.
That is... wow. Let's have a look. It's the LWAMBA taking that point at where we like to call it the vital one when you get to 7-all. And you can send us through. Feel free to send through and say, oh, almost tripped up. We had a bit of a trip up at 7-all in the second, where TEMWA CHILESHE took a bit of a tumble, had an ankle injury. And
all us boys are looking back on the replay to see what happened.
yeah. And great to have Hassan Pathan coming through with his juicy squash. We all know Hassan very well. Likes to watch a lot of squash. And let's have a look at his LWAMBA Chileshe with the first game ball of this, the third, winning the first 11-7, and it was TEMWA CHILESHE winning the. What's your thoughts on that one? What's your call?
Yeah, I like what they see. Try to play it, you know, give it a let, and the next time.
I mean, that's one of those things. It's how close is how close. How much do you milk it?
Yeah, it's an issue if the ref's not confident.
And that has game ball now. I'm preempting things.
Oh, it's a little dead.
come under that one. Nice angle. Oh, how'd that stay in? It's been TEMWA controlling the tempo at this point. Let's see what we can do here. Using the lift well. Yep. And there we go. It is game 3. 11-7, and that is a 2-1 lead for LWAMBA Chileshe over little bro TEMWA Chileshe. We're back in now with this, the 4th game, and it is 11-7 the first was to LWAMBA Chileshe, then 12-14, so that was TEMWA Chileshe taking that, and then the third, 11-7 to LWAMBA, and now into the 4th game. Some entertaining rallies, and Maz Saunders, one of the local players here. You're still not sure about who you're picking either? No one is, mate.
TEMWA had that at 7-all or whatever last set. Sort of LWAMBA broke away, so the start's key. We saw last set, LWAMBA go up 4-1.
Yeah, and the stroke there, and LWAMBA Chileshe knew it.
No arguing that time.
Okay, so here's the thing now. We're going 4. I mean, we're going to stay 4 or we're going 5? There you go. I'm not asking who's going to win.
It's going 5. It's going 5.
Straight out.
TEMWA's going to lift it up this set and just seeing it happen. And been told there by the officials that's a stroke. I don't think LWAMBA was quite believing or hoping. What are your thoughts on that one, stroke? Yeah, I guess. I was quite surprised. I thought he was going with a let, but stroke seems fair.
Well, they've set the tone, haven't they? That get out of the way.
Yeah, they definitely have, which is good. The ref's not confident. The players can get all over them, and
Yeah.
I think that's a bit of an issue.
And gives back a point there as TEMWA trying too much of an angle. And still a lot of people here watching, coming in. They've had a shower after their matches. It's great.
Yeah, crowd will be wanting 5-setter.
And so we've had a couple of strokes already in this, the 4th. No real argument, maybe the question, but
Yeah, no.
you're not going to get the ref to change their mind,
No,
are
they
they?
never are. People just sometimes want a justification.
Look at the way he held that ball, racket out in front, and so he had the option of switching.
Flick of the wrist.
Yep. And now in the lead is LWAMBA Chileshe, just the 1 point, up by 2-1. Haven't really seen the ball hit the back wall in this rally yet.
Just cut everything off.
Yeah. Stayed under the line just.
Lovely resetting from both players.
After all that sort of rally, you got all corners and then put one in the tin. It just be so annoying.
Yeah, I haven't seen the one to do that.
ways.
chance for Temwa.
And just LWAMBA going through the stroke again. Keeping it tight against the backhand wall. Who's going to switch? And waiting for each other here.
Temwa going short a lot more from the back.
Oh, beautiful angle. And well read from the LWAMBA Chileshe, and lifted that one out. That's a long rally. It's a good rally, wasn't it?
Yeah. Temwa seemed to be going short a heap from the back. Maybe that's just a bit of a plan from him. Draw LWAMBA to the front.
They're really using that sweep across. Let. Oh. Well, he wasn't overly happy there, LWAMBA. Wanted the point going his way. Here we go. Just each brother now doing his own particular thing. It's got so tight. It's so much effort to win 1 point. That's it. I think he could have played that. Oh, there you go. I've got a referee on my side, so that's all right. I mean, the thing is, he was getting out of the way. He was certainly doing his best. Ooh, I don't know how that stayed under the line. So 2 lets at 5-4 in the fourth. And it's so difficult to win 1 point even.
Ball is staying on the backhand side.
Oh, and then just did a little lift off the toes, a little flick off the toes. Didn't have enough, did it? And back to 5-all. No one can escape.
Anyone's game at this point.
Yeah.
5-all.
Now, if anybody wants to come through and tell us who they think is going to win, that's fine. That'll help us. Oh, nice chop at the ball. At least we've got a ball going deep. That's good. Oh, he's got there. Oh. Nice reactions. I think, Temwa, your brother doesn't want to know that you've got a successful shot. He really doesn't want you laughing at him or smiling at him. It's the last thing any big brother wants. Hey, look, I'm smiling. You just hit a ball back to me. And I would expect, Maz, that we've got a relative of yours making a comment there.
Yes, I think they both want it. It's just
Yeah. Oh, look at that for a boast. Gee, if there was another wall to hit, it would have. That's good.
Personally thought that was double.
Well, he won it anyway. So 7-6. You would consider that at 2-1 up, 7-6 up. I wouldn't say you've got it, but you should be feeling in the box seat. But I just don't think we can say that.
Yeah, it's only a 1 point game here, No 3 points here, they're all working for it.
Oh. And the let. You agree with that?
Yeah, they're just getting each other's way a little bit.
Not enthusiastic behind that call was LWAMBA CHILESHE. He's now just got to refocus. Oh, gee.
Yeah, it's always a hard thing to do. Is just forget about
Well, he's been fortunate now. That's the first unforced error from TEMWA for a little while. He had a few in the first game.
That's his plan. He seems to be going short, and I feel like that was a bit of a risky shot.
Got to be careful playing that one down the middle as LWAMBA. Oh, there's two.
Another one.
And that
Tim will be
certainly,
kicking himself over there.
yeah. I mean, it certainly helps LWAMBA. 2-1 force is really fantastic for him.
Very tough to come back from this. Tim will need a bit of luck on the side, maybe.
Oh, shot.
So, how would you describe that shot, Maz?
Lovely shot.
Yeah, lovely.
The neck, he just,
It seemed to hit the front wall and then come back and roll almost.
Yeah.
seemed like a TEMWA special in my opinion. He's great at that shot.
So 2 points either way. 2 points for TEMWA to catch up. 2 points for victory for LWAMBA.
This is the time the one that doesn't tend to move away, but still play his shots.
Well, that's
Like, brilliant.
oh,
Shot.
that's a great shot to put yourself into a match point.
Big point to play that shot.
Yeah, it's one. Oh, and there we go. So let's look at the score. It was 11-7, 12-14, 11-7, 11-7, and